Imagine living in a world where your happiness isn't tethered to the affection you receive from others, where longing glances, missed calls, and thinking of you messages don't define your emotional state. This isn't some distant tale from ancient history, but a reality you can choose to live in today. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that has stood the test of time, teaches us exactly that. It empowers us to find inner peace and happiness regardless of our external circumstances. But how does this relate to wanting someone to miss you? In the realm of love and relationships, we often find ourselves craving the attention and affection of others, believing that this external validation is a key to our happiness. Yet, Stoicism introduces a counterintuitive approach. By focusing on self-improvement, fostering emotional independence, and appreciating the present moment without attachment, we inadvertently become more attractive and, ironically, more likely to be missed. In today's video, we dive deep into the Stoic way of living and loving. By embracing the principles of Stoicism, we can not only enrich our lives but also transform our relationships in the most unexpected ways. Stay with me as we explore how to make them miss you, not by playing games or strategizing your every move, but by becoming a beacon of self-sufficiency and contentment. And as always, your support means the world to us. A simple yet impactful way you can help is by hitting that subscribe button. It's a small gesture that goes a long way. Please stay with us throughout the entire video, as every part has been carefully crafted to guide you toward a more fulfilling and stoic way of living. In our quest for happiness and fulfillment, it's incredibly easy to fall into the trap of seeking external validation. We often measure our worth by the reactions, opinions, and attention we receive from others, especially in the realm of personal relationships. But what if I told you there's a more empowering and enduring path to happiness? The Stoic path teaches us to focus on what's within our control, our thoughts, actions, and reactions, while accepting what we cannot control, which includes the feelings and behaviors of others. This doesn't mean becoming indifferent or emotionless. Rather, it's about recognizing that true contentment and self-worth come from within, not from someone else's approval or attention. Think about it. When we hinge our happiness on being missed or desired by someone, we give away our power. We become reactive to their actions, or lack thereof, which can lead to a roller coaster of emotions. Stoicism, however, offers us the tools to step off this ride. By cultivating virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and moderation, we build a strong, resilient character that finds joy in self-growth and personal achievements. This doesn't mean we should isolate ourselves or stop caring about others. Stoicism doesn't advocate for emotional detachment, but for emotional resilience. It encourages us to form healthy, meaningful relationships based on mutual respect and understanding, not on neediness or dependency. Moreover, by prioritizing self-improvement, we naturally become more intriguing and attractive to others. People are drawn to individuals who are confident, passionate about their pursuits, and content with themselves. Ironically, the less we focus on making someone miss us, the more likely it is to happen, because we're living our best, most authentic lives. So, let's begin shifting our focus from seeking validation to nurturing our inner world. Let's invest time in learning new skills, exploring new hobbies, and deepening our understanding of who we are and what we stand for. This journey of self-improvement is not only fulfilling in itself, but it also makes us more admirable, and yes, more missable, in the eyes of others. Remember, the goal of Stoicism is not to suppress our desires or deny our need for connection, but to remind us that our happiness and worth are not dependent on them. By anchoring ourselves in the principles of Stoicism, we can enjoy a life of peace, satisfaction, and true independence. So let's embrace the Stoic way, focusing on self-improvement and finding joy within ourselves, because that's where true happiness lies. At the heart of Stoicism is the understanding that our reactions to external events are within our control, even if the events themselves are not. This principle is incredibly empowering. It means we hold a key to our emotional state, granting us a level of independence that's liberating. Emotional resilience, according to Stoicism, isn't about numbing ourselves to feelings or detaching from the world around us. Instead, it's about acknowledging our emotions, understanding them, and choosing not to let them dictate our actions. The Stoics believe in focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we can't. This isn't just a strategy for personal peace. It's a roadmap to emotional resilience. When we stop allowing external factors, like the actions of others or societal pressures, to influence our well-being, we cultivate a sense of independence that's both profound and practical. This independence doesn't mean isolation. On the contrary, it enables us to engage with the world from a place of strength and self-assurance. Consider the concept of emotional resilience in the context of relationships. Stoicism teaches that while we can love and care for others, our happiness shouldn't hinge on their presence or approval. This perspective encourages us to build relationships on a foundation of mutual respect and genuine connection, rather than dependency or fear of loneliness. By fostering emotional resilience, we become capable of enjoying deep, meaningful relationships without losing ourselves in them. Furthermore, Stoicism's emphasis on living according to nature, accepting life's ebb and flow, reinforces our emotional resilience. It reminds us that change is the only constant, and our ability to adapt to this change is a true measure of our strength. This adaptability doesn't stem from passivity, but from an active engagement with our values, goals, and the pursuit of virtue. So, how do we cultivate this independence and emotional resilience? It starts with self-awareness, regularly reflecting on our thoughts, emotions, and responses to life's challenges. It involves practicing gratitude, focusing on the present moment, and engaging in activities that align with our core values. And crucially, it means living intentionally, with purpose and inner strength. It requires us to challenge our perceptions, asking ourselves whether our emotional responses are rooted in present realities or shaped by outdated beliefs. In embracing Stoicism, we learn to navigate life's storms not by seeking shelter in others, but by becoming our own lighthouse. This journey toward independence and emotional resilience is not a solitary one. It's enriched by the wisdom of those who have walked this path before us. As we incorporate Stoic principles into our daily lives, we find our capacity for joy, our strength in adversity, and our ability to maintain balanced, meaningful relationships all grow exponentially, creating a meaningful life. The Stoic philosophers, Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, and Epictetus, often emphasize the importance of living a life aligned with one's own nature and the greater order of the universe. At its core, this means recognizing what truly matters and dedicating ourselves to it. For the Stoics, meaning wasn't found in external successes, wealth, or accolades, but in the cultivation of virtue, wisdom, and integrity. It's about contributing to the common good, engaging with community, and developing relationships grounded in respect and understanding. Creating a meaningful life begins with a deep dive into our inner selves. It calls on us to ask difficult questions. Who are we? What do we stand for? And to live in alignment with the values we uncover, even when life presents challenges or when conformity to societal expectations seems easier. Stoicism provides a compass for this introspective journey, urging us not only to reflect on our actions, but also on the intentions behind them. Are we acting out of virtue, or merely chasing external approval? Moreover, Stoicism reminds us of the impermanence of external conditions and stresses the importance of focusing on what remains within our control. This shift in perspective is profoundly liberating. It frees us from the exhausting pursuit of controlling the uncontrollable and helps us direct our energy toward our own attitudes, choices, and responses. In this way, creating a meaningful life becomes less about what we accomplish and more about how we live and the mindset with which we approach each day. Embracing a Stoic approach also means recognizing that suffering and setbacks are natural parts of life. Rather than viewing them as obstacles to our happiness, Stoicism teaches us to see them as opportunities for growth, for resilience, and for developing a deeper understanding of life's complexities. This doesn't mean we welcome suffering, but that we find meaning in overcoming it, learning from it, and moving forward with a stronger spirit and a more compassionate heart. In practice, creating a meaningful life is built on small, consistent actions as much as it is on grand aspirations. It's in the kindness we extend to others, the integrity with which we do our work, and the passion we bring to our pursuits. It's found in quiet moments of reflection, appreciation for nature, acts of self-care, and the effort we put into nurturing genuine connections. These simple, Stoic-inspired acts weave together to form the tapestry of a life well lived. Let us remember, the Stoic journey toward a meaningful life is not one we walk alone. It is a path enriched by shared wisdom and mutual support, a journey we take together, learning from one another and growing side by side. By anchoring our lives in Stoicism, we equip ourselves with the tools not just to face life's challenges, but to thrive amidst them, finding joy, purpose, and meaning in every step of the journey. Letting go of the desire for control. The Stoics recognized long ago that much of our frustration, anxiety, and even despair stems from our relentless desire to control the uncontrollable. We often expend tremendous energy trying to shape circumstances, dictate outcomes, or influence the behavior of others, only to discover that so much lies beyond our reach. But this realization isn't meant to dishearten us. On the contrary, it's meant to liberate us from the self-imposed chains of unrealistic expectations. Embracing Stoicism's guidance on relinquishing the desire for control doesn't mean becoming passive or disengaged from life. Rather, it invites us to focus our efforts where they truly matter, our internal world. It's within our perceptions, decisions, and reactions that we hold genuine power. Here, we can cultivate virtues such as patience, understanding, and resilience. Here, we can find peace. Letting go of control, according to Stoic philosophy, involves deeply accepting the natural flow of events. It's about understanding the distinction between effort and outcome, recognizing that while we can strive with intention and integrity, the results are often not up to us. This mindset doesn't diminish the value of effort. Instead, it places it in a healthier perspective. When we align our actions with our values and release our attachment to specific outcomes, we begin to engage with life more fully and authentically. This Stoic teaching encourages us to see each moment as an opportunity, to practice acceptance, to grow in wisdom, and to question our ingrained beliefs about control, success, and security. In doing so, we discover that our true strength lies not in mastering the external world, but in mastering ourselves. Practically speaking, letting go of the desire for control means embracing flexibility and adaptability. It means welcoming the unexpected with a calm mind and an open heart. It's about responding to life's challenges with grace, seeing them not as threats, but as opportunities for personal growth and self-discovery. As we incorporate this principle into our daily lives, we begin to notice that our relationships deepen, our stress levels decrease, and our appreciation for the present moment expands. We come to understand that control is not the key to happiness. Rather, balance, acceptance, and inner harmony are. Letting go of our desire for control, as taught by Stoicism, is not a surrender of power, but a reclaiming of it in its most potent and enduring form. It's a journey toward inner freedom, marked by a profound shift in how we perceive and interact with the world. As we wrap up our exploration of Stoicism and its timeless teachings, it becomes clear that this ancient philosophy offers more than just abstract principles. It offers a powerful way of living, one deeply rooted in wisdom, resilience, and peace. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what truly matters, guiding us not just to endure life, but to live it well. Ask ChatGPT. Guiding us through the ebb and flow of life with grace and composure. The exercises and practices we've explored are not merely abstract concepts, but practical tools that can be woven into the fabric of our daily lives. These tools allow us to transform challenges into opportunities for growth and deeper understanding. In embracing Stoicism, we're not only learning to detach from outcomes beyond our control, we're also learning to fully engage with the present moment, to appreciate its beauty and simplicity, and to foster connections rich in meaning and virtue. At its core, Stoicism is about cultivating an inner sanctuary of peace that remains unwavering, no matter what storms may rage around us. This journey toward Stoic living doesn't promise a life free from hardship or pain. Instead, it offers something far more valuable: the strength to face adversity with courage, the wisdom to act in alignment with virtue, and the serenity to accept what we cannot change. It teaches us that while we may not control the external world, we always have the power to control our perceptions, decisions, and reactions. As we begin to live by Stoic principles, our understanding of happiness, success, and fulfillment begins to shift. We discover that true contentment doesn't stem from external accolades or material possessions, but from living in harmony with our deepest values and virtues. And in that discovery lies the key to a life of profound meaning and lasting joy. Thank you for joining me on this journey at Stoic Journal, where ancient wisdom meets modern living. Let's continue to explore, reflect, and grow together. For more insights, I invite you to watch one of the suggested videos on the screen. Until next time, remember, the journey inward is the most significant journey of all.